Let me record it. Okay, yay. Okay, so I was thinking about doing a live. I just was kind of looking over some stuff and really just reorganizing in my head is what I was doing. And then I thought, well, maybe I'll get on a live and we'll do a Zoom and we can collaborate if necessary. But what I wanted to do is I wanted to just kind of have a little resource for people so that we could kind of recap some of the things that we've talked about on the page. And I better close out my Facebook because it's going to chime like crazy, right? Okay, so there we go. So anyways, I wanted to just kind of create a resource of some things that I've been doing. What I like to do for myself is, sometimes it's hard to think of new things, right? Or sometimes we get in a rut of doing the same things over and over again, and we just kind of need that new inspiration and somebody to just kind of pour into us and feed us a little bit. And so for me, what I choose to do is watch different YouTube videos. I like to see what's going on, and I like to stay connected to some other pages. So there's a Triple and Up page that I'm on, and then there's also an ambassador page. And so I'm not really on it a lot. I'm not really on a lot of the pages per se. There's so many. Denise has a Double Diamond page that she has, and I'll check it from time to time. I'm not really the greatest about checking all of them, but sometimes I'll see something that'll catch my eye. And so I wanted to just go over a few of these things that I took the time to watch and I felt was pretty relevant to helping us be successful in our business, and some really good ideas, some kind of out of the box thinking. So what I want to talk about first before we get into these ideas is I want to talk about, if you're new, some things that are going to help you. And if you're not new, but you're not very organized, this is just kind of a recap. So one of the things that you can do as a new distributor is create your hundreds list. And this is not like a static thing. This is like a living document, so to speak. And so it's something that you're continually adding to. Now, it looks different as you grow and as you evolve. And I've talked before about the lists and everything. So, I have, oh my gosh, you guys, I have like multiple notebooks, right? That I have people that I follow up with. I mean, I just kind of collected them all. And then I have my, so then if I'm like, I can't find a notebook, I grab a scrap paper and I put stuff down. So it's kind of a organized mess. So I have all these lists everywhere. I just don't want to take the time to compile them all together. So I just keep them as a stack and I kind of know where things are. But so keeping a list for yourselves in your hundreds list is very valuable. It can be a really time-saving thing for you to do, because for me, I know that I need a couple extra loyals. I still need 2 more loyals this month for me to complete my steps to success. And I know that I want to enroll as many distributors as possible because we have our Emerald bonus, or not our Emerald bonus, we have a match right now for Diamonds and Up, where you get to match the check of anybody that is enrolled. And so that's another reason for you guys all to really kind of want to push for that diamond, which I know you do anyways. You don't need any incentive to want to push for it. I know that. But so having this list is really valuable because I can go back to the list and say, okay, I'm going to message all these people that asked about hair, skin, and nails, see if they're interested. Or they asked me about Fat Fighter, or they were interested in ThermoFit. And I'm going to say, hey, have you seen our new fit packages? And I'm going to throw out the Fit 15 and see if they're interested in something like that, right? It's going to give me just an incentive, I guess, or an idea or a place to start to message some of these people, because I already know, according to my list, what they were interested in. I either put a distributor at the top, or I put, what product they were in. So that's a really good starting point. The other thing that we have is our smart list on Facebook. And so you can organize your friends' Facebook lists and put that in. So if you go to your friends, you can click the friend button. It'll say add to a list. And if you're on the computer, if you haven't created lists, you have to be on a computer to start it, but you can actually pick that and create a list. So you can have a prospects list. You can have a hair, skin, nails list. You can have a ThermoFit, a Fit 5. You can have a Canadian list, people that were asked you for information that are from Canada, things like that. Because then if we ever have, sometimes Canadians will get a different promo. You'll see it, when we get new promos or new products. Sometimes we might get a promo if Canada doesn't have that product, they'll get a different promo. And so you can blast your Canadian list, and then you can blast your American list. So you can do that with each and every country if you so desired, if you have prospects in there. So different ways that you can organize, and it's called a smart list. Another thing that's easy to do once you've created a smart list is on your Facebook, on the side, you actually can go to your friends list and you can pick that group and you can interact with that group specifically. So if I know that I'm going to do a post for hair, skin, nails, I'm like, I'm going to look for product models for hair, skin, nails later today. I would go to my friends list, pick my hair, skin, nails prospects, and pull up that feed. So everybody in that news feed is just people that were on my hair, skin, nails list. I'll go in and interact with them. Like, comment, hello, like, comment, that kind of a thing. So I'm engaging with them. So the hope is that because I'm engaging in them, it's going to pull me up a little bit closer in their news feed too. So that way in an hour when I go ahead and post my post on hair, skin, nails, that they're going to see it. So that is another thing that you can do to kind of like keep your list a little bit organized. So the paper, the smart list, and then now even on Instagram, if you're on Instagram, you can save certain people to your collections. Okay. I did a Zoom on this. I did a power hour on this. And so I'll go back and look and see if I had it recorded, but that's, kind of a whole thing in and of itself, creating these smart lists and creating these Instagram collections. But those, I just want you to know, are options. They're things that you can consider to help keep you organized. You can also go into your eSuite if you need to, and you can pull up a memory jogger. So if you're creating your hundreds list from those that you know, you can go right to your memory jogger and it will ask you, who do you know who is a golf pro, chemical engineer, accountant, attorney, salesperson, secretary, radio announcer, dancer, plumber, office manager, musician, receptionist? Who sold your house, your car, your furniture, your boat, your business clothes, your storm windows, your jewelry? Who is your optometrist? Who's your dry cleaner? Who's your barber? Who's your supervisor? Who's your daycare provider? Who's your aerobics instructor? People in your life, relatives, parents, grandparents, brothers, sisters, aunts, uncles, cousins, hairdresser, doctor, attorney, minister, mailman, best friend. Who was in your fraternity or your sorority? Who recently had children? Who is friends with your family? Who's health conscious? Who has a stressful job? Who wants more out of life? So it's got this whole thing that you can just say, oh my gosh, I never even thought about so-and-so, and put them down on your list. So that is a tool for you that is in your back office. And so I suggest that all new people download that if they're having a hard time coming up with their hundreds list. And then I also really would love, I've said this before in the past, but it's been a while because sometimes I feel like I'm just repeating myself. But if you're new or you haven't done so in a while, print off those steps to success. Print it off every month. You guys, it's so good to see. I mean, I have all of my my steps to success. I have my steps to success right here in my folder. And I have month after month after month after month. And I just print it off and I write the names down when I enroll the people, and it helps keep track. So if you ordered the, where's mine? If you ordered the calendar, it has it in here. It's got the steps to success. So here's March 2018, getting ready for next month, planning ahead. But you can also put them in there too. So it just keeps you kind of accountable for that month. And it reminds you. And I think a lot of times with wherever your mind is going, that's where you're going to go, right? They say the two most powerful words are I am. I am successful. I am completing the steps to success. I am recruiting and enrolling rock stars. You know, if you say, man, I am stuck. I don't know how to do this. I don't know how to sign up loyal customers. I mean, those things are like a self-prophecy, right? So, you know, get your mind straight, get your mind on what you want, and then go for it, because that's how it's going to get done. The other thing that you can do too is on your steps to success each month is maybe you could list a couple adjectives of things that adjectives for people that you're looking for in your business. You know, I want some funny moms. I want some, you know, whatever. I want adventurous people. I want goal-driven people. I want resilient people on my team. I want people that don't give up, that kind of a thing. So you can put that down too, and it's something that keep it in front of you, you know, just keep it in front of your desk or on your kitchen table or wherever you work from. Maybe keep it on your phone as a screensaver. Just put it in front of you. So that way you're going towards it every month. Just like, you know, I have my goals. I mean, this is in my office, and see, I have it right there on my door. My goals. This is my monetary goal, what I want out of my business, what I want from me. I'm healthy, I'm insightful, I have a strong team. You know, those are things that I want to pour into myself, right? So I have that in my office, I have it in my refrigerator, I have it in my bathroom. So just like that, maybe kind of think of these things that you want out of the people from your business. So anything else for organization that you guys do that helps kind of keep you on track? Okay, I'm kind of checking the comments too. If you have anything, go ahead. So that's one thing. Get organized. It's, you know what, this month isn't over, guys. I don't even know what is the date today. It's the 18th. I mean, we have half of a month. As far as I'm concerned, in my brain, I have a half a month left. And so stay on track. And if you've not been focused yet this month, start it today. You can do it. The other thing that you can do to help you stay organized, help you stay on track, is create that 6 list for yourself. In a 6 list or a 3 list or a 5 list or a whatever list you want, that is something that you're just going to hold yourself accountable for the day, for the week, for the month. It depends on how ambitious you are. Things that you're going to do. So my 6 list today is to, you know, I'm going to message at least 25 people today. I'm going to message at least 25 people today and ask them if they're ready to get started. I have a group of, I have a list of people that told me that they were interested, but I still need to follow up. Like, I'm planting the seeds. I'm going to go to that group. How many people do I have in that group? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Those 11 people, they're on my list today to follow up with. This is in addition to my 25, okay? This is what I've decided for myself. I'm also going to ask at least 5 people on Instagram today. I'm starting small, right? 5 people if they are interested in becoming a product tester. Okay, so I have things that I want to do that are on my list. Okay, so I don't care if it's 3, 5, 6. I don't care if this is your list. If you're only deciding that you want to put 5 hours in a week, if this is your this is your list for the week, or if you're like, heck, man, I'm getting to Diamond. I am getting to Emerald this month because I want that bonus. I am getting to Ruby this month because I've never been Ruby and I'm going to be Ruby. You know, I don't care what your goal is. Decide what you need to do and get there, right? So holding that 6 list is a way to kind of keep your action steps in front of you, visible, and keep yourself accountable to it. So, okay, so that's kind of it for organization. We could go into a lot more depth, but I don't want to keep you on here forever. So, okay, organize. That's one of the things I want to talk about. Adding to your community, okay? So it's one thing to be posting, to be sharing, to be talking to people. But if you're not adding to your community, if you're not adding to your Facebook friends or your Instagram followers, if that's not increasing, you are saying the same thing over and over and over and over again to the same people. Now, some of those people do need that to happen. They need that consistency. They need to see that you're still active. They need to see that you're still serious. And sometimes people need to hear it 7, 8, 9, 10 times before they go, okay, what is this? I want to do this. Okay, I do want to lose weight. Okay, I do want to put good nutrition in my body. So sometimes it takes people that long. So that's great. So don't ever give up on that. I mean, I think the closes, what do they say? I don't even know what the numbers are anymore because I feel like they change depending on the person. But they say the close is really in that like 7 to 12th time of follow-up. So, so they do need to hear that. But you also need to be adding. So one of the things that you can do is if you're on a social media is adding friends. And so 2 different things come to mind, one Instagram, one Facebook. One of the surest ways in Facebook is to take some time and go through follow people, right? So I like to, when I'm on Instagram, I like to go to, I like to go to the search, okay? Because it sometimes pops up different things. If you go to the search, it has different pictures and different people. And these are like popular people, right? But it's going to pull up something according to what they think your interest is. Right now, I have a lot of fitness. I have a lot of pregnant, because I'm looking at mommies, a lot of pregnant people here. A lot of with newborns and adoptive, right? Because I'm always looking at adoptive pages. As an adoptive mother, I always want to see what best practices are, you know, and to make sure that I'm doing it right. And so those things kind of pop up for me. And so what I would do, for example, what I did this morning is I did add to it. So I go to, okay, here's somebody that's very popular, right? So she is, it's a picture of her. Her baby's got a tongue tie and she's nursing the baby, whatever. But she's obviously very popular because I look at her picture and she has 1,365 likes. Okay, that's a lot of likes. Okay, this is 11 hours ago, so I know that it's current. I know that the people that liked her picture are on Instagram and they're current, right? It's not, have you ever gone to somebody's profile or gone to maybe shoot somebody a message and you're like, oh my gosh, the last time they posted was 2013? You're like, they're not even going to see my message ever. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the scale. I'm going to go look at her page really quick, see what she's about. Okay. She's in Australia. She's got 4 kids. And she's into fashion, beauty. I want to see if she's doing a business. She's not. Oh my gosh, she's just cute, right? Okay, so she's just a doll. And no wonder she has so many followers, right? So anyway, so I'm going to go then at this stage of the game, and I'm going to look, her second page, or her second post had 160 likes because it was just a little saying, but still 160 likes. She has 27,000 followers, okay? So I could follow her, most definitely, but she's never going to probably notice me, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to her picture and I'm going to hit her likes. I am going to start following people that liked her picture. Because chances are that people that liked her picture are like me, right? Mamas, who knows? She's not an adoptive mom. What I did today is I found an adoptive mom. And so that way I had a lot in common with these other moms already. But so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to really quick go look at the picture. I'm going to go through a couple of them and I'm going to look at their pictures and make sure they're not doing a business because I don't want to be rude. This person has 345 followers. She's following 235. I'm probably going to get noticed more. And she's cute. She's got great pictures. So, and bonus, these people are in Australia. Okay? So, here's another one. So that's kind of what I'm going to do. I'm going to actually go back. I'm going to screenshot this picture and this lady because I'm going to go back and add some more later for her. So that's one way that you can add to your followers, right? You can also use Captivate in order to do that. And so when I use Captivate, what I would do is I'll get this person's name and I will remember it. I'll open up Captivate. I'll go to her profile and do the same thing. But then I can select a bunch of them and I can add it to my queue. So when I have 15, 20 minutes, I'll just add it to my queue, a whole bunch, and then I'll run it at night and it'll automatically follow people for me. Okay, so you're still selective about who you follow. You're not just randomly following every little person, but I'm always following people that I'm going to have a common interest with, in my opinion, because if these people are going to become my team members, I want to have some common ground with them. You know, motherhood is such a great common ground for anybody, and so that's one way. So then on Facebook, you're going to add to your community too. There's lots of different ways that you can add to your community using Facebook. One of the things that I heard somebody do was go to somebody. They had somebody that was not interested in their business, and but they went to their profile, and this person had tons of friends and tons of followers. And so what she did was she started friending her friends and friending her followers, right? Because again, they already had that common friend in mutual. They already had that common mutual friend, and they had some common interests, right? So you're still kind of doing that like attracts like type of a deal, but you're adding to your network that way. Because some people are like, I don't even know who to follow. I don't even know how to follow people or who I would want to. You don't have to be overly picky. If you're using Facebook or Instagram for your business, you don't have to be too picky, but you do want to be able to create relationships with them. So this is one way to start following them. And you can keep track. And so maybe add 5 to 10 friends a day and keep track of these people, interact, and you'll start to watch their profile and decide, do I even want to keep them as a friend? Do I even want them as a potential prospect? Sometimes I find that I look at somebody's profile after a while and I'm like, I don't even know if I want them in their business or my business because they're foul or they're just are, I don't know. You know, I get to be selective about my business. I would rather, at this stage of the game, after 7.5 years, have quality over quantity. I have been in positions where I have recruited many, many people in a month, and I've been in positions where I've only recruited 2 or 3 people a month. And so I'll tell you, it's a lot easier to maintain a relationship and get to know people when it's 2 or 3 a month, although my goal this month is 10. So, you know, you got to find that balance for yourself, but you have to be adding new to your community, to your network, in order to kind of like get the word out, to kind of spread it out a little bit more. Okay. So any questions or tips or anything that you do, anything's English, not good. The other thing you can do is go and search by common interest as well. Okay. So let's bring us on to the last part. Social media recap. These are the things that I have watched, and these are the things that I find very fascinating. So one of them is, and these are ways too that I think let's hustle for volume, let's hustle for customers and for team members. Like let's just push, right? Let's grow our business, because here's the deal. You have the opportunity to change your life, but you also have the opportunity to change somebody else's life. You know, like this is going to help impact somebody else's world as well. So you're really almost obligated to share this because you just don't know who you could help. So a couple things that come to mind, and I'm going to post these on the team page. All of like verbiage, scripts, those kinds of things on our team page can be found under photos and then albums. And then if you look at the albums, they each kind of have their own title. If you click on that, it'll open up an album, and then usually in the comments I have a script for whatever it's relating to. So one of the things is host a post. If you haven't done this yet, if you haven't seen this video, I'm going to make sure that there is a host a post with a link to the video. Rachel Jones is a presidential, I believe. I think she did this when she was a triple. I don't know. But this is such a great concept. What you are doing in a host to post is you are asking a host, asking somebody else to post for you. What this does is first of all, it lends you some credibility, okay? Right? So if I ask Lindsay, if she's not in this business, and I say, hey, Lindsay, you know, Lindsay's got a great following. People respect her. She's not doing this business. She doesn't, you know, people don't really feel like, oh, she's just doing this to make money for herself, right? But if I say, hey, Lindsay, would you mind posting for me on my behalf? I will give you the script, and I will follow up with the people. And depending on who becomes a customer or joins my team from your post, I in exchange can give you free product. Okay? You can make that up yourself, decide what you want to do. But man, if somebody gets me 2 loyal customers, I have no problem sending them a cleanse or sending them a keto coffee. You know, it's worth it for me. And if you just enrolled a new distributor and you give 2 loyal customers, that's $100 fast start, right? So that's extra money in your pocket plus that loyal customer and then their word of mouth too. So it expands, but it gives you that credibility and it allows you to tap into somebody else's network, you know? So Lindsay's like, yeah, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to say, hey, Lindsay, just copy and paste this to your wall. Tag me in it because you want to be tagged. I have my Facebook set up so if somebody tags me or if somebody like includes me in their post, I have to approve it because I don't want like spammy stuff out there. You know, some people will just like tag everybody and spam. And so I typically will accept it and let it post on my wall unless I had like 5 people tag me in the same thing, or sometimes people share it, a tag that you're in. And I'm like, oh, I don't need that 20 times on my wall. But so then that way what I can do is I don't have to approve it to my wall. I'm not going to approve it to my wall. I don't want it on my wall. I just want it on Lindsay's wall. But what I can do is it gives me a place to go back and check. And I'll have notifications too. Because then I can go click those buttons and follow that post, those 3 buttons in the corner of her post, and I can follow it. And then what I do when somebody comments underneath, says that they're interested or they want information or whatever, I can go ahead and hit under reply, say, I'm going to message you. Check your other, or I'm going to send you a friend request so you can get my message. So I'm also going to send that person a friend request and I'm going to send them a message. Okay, and there's scripts. There's scripts under albums and the under photos, so you can kind of follow some of that if you want. So host to post is one thing. The second thing is to ask for referrals. So Christina Watts just did a really great video. It is now. I'm going to say this with a grain of salt because she talks about completely not posting on your wall. She doesn't want people to see that she's with It Works because she feels like they would be like, oh, I'm not going to be friends with her because she's with It Works, or I don't want to follow her. So, we don't want to spam our walls. And we've talked about this before. Like, you don't want to have your only posts on your page be It Works, right? You don't want to just be It Works. You always want to include your lifestyle because people are buying you, right? People are following you. And so you want to share tidbits of your life or your adventure because that's what people want to see. People are obsessed with reality TV, right? So I do post on Facebook, but sometimes if I don't get any hits on it or it's not that great, I will go ahead and delete it, right? Or if I do get a lot of hits, if I have a lot of people comment, me, I've had it for product testers, and I've had like 25, 30 people comment, I will change the privacy setting to only me. Because to me, I want to reduce some of that opportunity for people to come in and pick and spam off of my page. I don't want people to take my prospects, so to speak. So anyways, I am going to share this video on our team page, but I want you to take it with a grain of salt. What I really like out of it, and the reason that I want to share it with you guys, is I really want, because I don't necessarily agree with her not putting It Works on your page. I mean, again, I don't think you should spam yourself, but I don't know that I'm going to go 100% with her, but that's just my opinion. You might agree 100% with her. But what I like is the way that she asks for referrals. So every time that she posts or she messages people, she messages and asks for a referral. So it kind of takes the spotlight off of them. Like, hey, Alicia, I'm looking for some product testers. Would you be interested in trying my hair, skin, nails for 90 days? Instead of that, I would say, hey, I don't know if, right now I'm looking for some product testers in your area. And I'm just wondering if you know anybody that's interested in growing out their hair without extensions and without damaging their hair. Do you know anybody? Could you send them my way? So then Alicia might say, oh, well, I might be interested, right? That's how we hope it works. Well, I might be interested in this. What is this? And so that's kind of that backdoor approach. And that's kind of what I just want to share with you, asking for referrals. And I like that about the host to post and asking for referrals, because It's a backdoor approach to getting people interested in what you're doing. And then again, never messaging like people that you're not friends with. You know, I wouldn't just never go on Facebook and randomly message somebody, but your friends are people that are following you. Or maybe you do make a post about hair, skin, nails, and you do have a list, and those are the people that you go to later. See how it all kind of ties together? So maybe you'll say, hey, I know that you were interested. Do you or anybody you know want to try? Whatever. I mean, you could do it that way too. So I'm going to share that video with you, and I took notes. I'm going to share my notes with you as well. So you can kind of just take and just pick what's good for you, you know, pick and choose. So we've talked a bit before about Instagram, about, you know, your followers, going in and messaging your followers and seeing if they're interested in becoming a product tester, if they're interested in joining your team. You could do this ask a referral on Instagram too, just as easily as you can on Facebook, in my opinion. You know, and a lot of times that product tester thing is pretty helpful. I think it's just a great way to ask people to try your products for 3 months without being talking about auto ship or enrolling or membership, those types of things that people are scared of, right? So being a product tester, 90 days, all you do is we'll get your order in for this month, and then you'll get a replacement order in March and April. And after that, just let me know what you think. So that product tester idea is something that I like as well. So that's kind of it. I just really wanted to share that. We're looking at almost 40 minutes, but you know, as far as Instagram is concerned, should you go back to it or start a new? I think you're fine to go back to what you had. You know, I mean, if you already have some followers on there, you're going to be adding new anyways, you know? So even if you've been working your Instagram, I think your followers, and it's going to look different in a year than it does today, no matter if you started a new one or if you continued. That's just my opinion. I'm not like an Instagram expert, but that's just kind of what my gut would say. So, all right, guys, anything else helpful? Okay. All right, guys, that's it. I'm going to go ahead and end the meeting. I will post this. I will get those albums up and running if they're not, one for the ask for a referral and one for the host to post. And then the other thing too is make sure that everybody is getting 4 loyal customers when they first start. You know, when you're onboarding people, 4 loyal customers. If you are going for the Emerald bonus this month, if you joined before the 1st, and I'm going to go ahead and not end it, I'm going to end the recording.